Hi everyone, this is Mr. Miller, and I'm here to promote the Europe excursion for the grads of 2014. For over 20 years, Mr. Hirsch and myself have been offering this incredible experience for grads. If you think that you might like to go, then just sit back and enjoy this promotional video. In the summer of 2012, we had 45 fantastic kids join us for the experience of a lifetime. And we're ready for another large group to join us in the summer of 2013. They've already signed up and they're raring to go. Now it's time for you guys to start thinking about your grad trip in the summer of 2014. Here's what we have in mind, but remember, we're always open to suggestions. We'd like to start by flying from Montreal to Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona is a fantastic city. We're going to take the time to explore the city and see sites such as Sagrada Familia. One of the best things about Spain is the food. Why not try some paella, or maybe even some tapas? On our second day in Barcelona, you'll have plenty of time to hit the beach, or maybe even take a gondola ride to the top of the mountain for a great view of the city. From Barcelona, we'll take a short little cruise across the Mediterranean to Rome. On our first day in Rome, we'll visit the Colosseum at night. The next morning, we'll wake up and have breakfast on our rooftop terrace. To start our day, we'll visit the Vatican Museum, and the kids will get a chance to see the Sistine Chapel. Immediately following the museum, we'll tour St. Peter's Basilica. After the Basilica, we'll take a metro ride to the Spanish Steps. We'll then start our walking tour that'll bring us to the Trevi Fountain, where we'll stop and have a little bit of delicious Italian gelato. From there, we'll head to the Pantheon and across to Piazza Navona before we end off our day touring the Roman Forum. While in Rome, we want the students to experience as much of the culture as they can, like sitting out on a beautiful terrace enjoying dinner. After Rome, we have a couple of options. We can hop on a train and head down to the beautiful Amalfi Coast and the city of Sorrento. The scenery in Sorrento is magnificent. Take a look at the view that we get from our hotel in Sorrento. That's Vesuvius in the background. The tiny little fishing village below has some great restaurants that the kids can go to. The climate in this area is fantastic, and you can almost guarantee a beautiful sunny day. From Sorrento, it's a short trip to Mount Vesuvius, where we will visit the city of Pompeii. We can also throw in an optional trip to the Isle of Capri. From Sorrento, we'll travel to one of my favorite cities, Venice. Here's a picture of last year's group getting ready to explore the city. What a great photo opportunity in front of the Rialto Bridge at night, or sitting at a beautiful restaurant along one of Venice's canals. Lots of kids decide to take a gondola ride as well, or they visit some of the specialty shops that Venice is famous for. From Venice, we'll pick up our luxury coach, which we'll use for the remainder of the trip. From Venice, we'll make our way to the Alps and visit Innsbruck, Austria. Last year, this was one of the most popular destinations on the trip. Many of the kids took the cog railway to the top of the mountain, where you get a tremendous view of the city. Some of them even decided to take a short little hike. From Venice, we travel to Munich. But before that, we make a stop at Dachau concentration camp. This is one of the more somber moments on the trip. When we get to Munich and settle in the hotel, we'll bring the students to the Marienplatz, where they get to watch the Glockenspiel do its thing. After that, we'll meet up with Mike's bike tour. This has always been the most popular activity on all of the Europe trips. They have fantastic tour guides who lead you on a leisurely bike trip through the city, telling you all the historic facts and showing you all the sights and sounds. During the tour, we stop at the Englischer Garden, and have lunch in one of the largest beer gardens in the world. After lunch, the tour continues, and they may be lucky enough to see one of the surfers in the standing wave on the Isar River. Later, we'll visit the Deutsch Museum, the largest science and technology museum in the world. In the evening, we'll visit the world-famous Hofbrauhaus to take in a little bit of Bavarian culture. From Munich, we'll head to one of the world's most beautiful cities, Prague. While in Prague, we'll explore the old city center, get a group shot under King Wenceslaus' statue, and see the beautiful Prague Castle at night. From Prague, we'll travel to the great city of Amsterdam, the city of canals. One of our first stops will be Anne Frank House. A popular place to grab a bite to eat and do some people watching is the Leidseplein. While in Amsterdam, the students can visit the Van Gogh Museum, the Rijksmuseum, and we'll get our group shot taken in the middle of Dam Square. Another popular activity is an Amsterdam Canal cruise, which we follow up with a tour of the Red Light District. From Amsterdam, we'll travel to Brussels for a brief lunch stop. The Grand Place in Brussels is considered Europe's most beautiful square. Brussels is also famous for its cuisine and has some wonderful dishes like mussels and Belgian waffles. And what's a trip to Brussels without a short little visit to see the Mannequin Pis? From Brussels, we'll head to the ancient town of Ypres and visit the Tyne-Cot Commonwealth War Cemetery. Here's a group shot from a couple of years ago when we laid a wreath at a Canadian grave. Our next stop is the ever-popular city of Paris. While in the city, we'll get to see all the sights, such as the Arc de Triomphe. From this vantage point, students will get a wonderful photo opportunity. It's a great vantage point to see the entire city of Paris. After the Arc, we'll make the long walk down towards the Louvre Museum. Along the way, the students can buy a crepe for lunch before we set up for our group shot right in front of the Louvre. Inside, they'll get a great opportunity to see the Mona Lisa. Afterwards, we'll make our way to Place de la Concorde. We'll also have the opportunity to see Napoleon's tomb. It's located in Les Invalides, in the center of Paris. The best time to see the Eiffel Tower is at night. After we've seen everything we have to see, we'll let the students do a little exploring on their own.
We're going to let you eat, explore Paris. What time is it now, 12:15?
Yeah. And no, we didn't forget, they'll also get a chance to see Notre Dame and explore the Latin Quarter for a little Paris culture. From Paris, we'll make our way under the English Channel, traveling at over 300 kilometers an hour on the Eurostar. Our hotel in London is right near the famous Covent Garden. London is the busiest 3 days on our trip. We'll take the students to Piccadilly Circus before heading off to get a shot on the lions at Trafalgar Square. Everybody likes to stop for a photo op, especially in front of a double-decker bus. For a little bit of World War II history, we'll visit the War Cabinet Rooms and the Imperial War Museum. We'll make a point of seeing the changing of the guard right in front of Buckingham Palace. Here are some of the sights that they'll get to see while in London. Parliament and Big Ben. The Tower of London. Tower Bridge. The Rosetta Stone at the British Museum. Westminster Abbey. They can even have a fish and chips lunch. We bring them to 2 theater productions. This is We Will Rock You, and another one could be Wicked. It's totally up to you. Another popular attraction is the Camden Market. And what would a trip to London be without getting your picture taken on Abbey Road?
What do you think?
I love it!
We'd really love to have you on the trip, so if you want to sign up, just email us at europe.excursion@gmail.com or join our Facebook page and we'll get you the information. We hope to see you in Europe in the summer of 2014.